Israel's military actions in Syria, including airstrikes and bombing campaigns, are driven by a complex mix of security concerns, regional geopolitics, and strategic objectives. Israel Defense Forces started to target military installations and complexes in Syria as soon as it became clear that the Bashar al-Assad government was going to fall. The attacks, including missile strikes and bombings on Syrian army, air force and naval bases, have only intensified after Bashar al-Assad fled to Russia after the rebels entered Damascus, the capital of the country. The primary reasons behind Israel's military actions are countering Iran's influence, preventing Hezbollah's armament, maintaining deterrence, and responding to regional threats. To understand Israel's actions, it is essential to consider the broader context of the Syrian conflict and regional dynamics. A major driver of Israel's actions in Syria is the growing presence of Iran and its affiliated forces in the country. During the Syrian civil war, Iran became a key ally of the Assad regime, providing military, financial, and logistical support. This support included deploying Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, units and organizing militias like Hezbollah to fight alongside Syrian government forces. Iran's presence in Syria allows it to establish a direct land corridor from Iran to Lebanon, facilitating the transfer of weapons and personnel to its proxies, particularly Hezbollah. This, Shia crescent, poses a strategic threat to Israel by enabling Iran to encircle it from multiple fronts. Iran has reportedly built military bases, weapons depots, and missile manufacturing facilities in Syria. Israeli airstrikes aim to disrupt and destroy this infrastructure, preventing Iran from entrenching itself militarily near Israel's borders. Hezbollah, a Lebanese militia and political organization supported by Iran, has been a long-standing adversary of Israel. During the Syrian conflict, Hezbollah expanded its operations in Syria and increased its access to advanced weaponry. Israel has repeatedly targeted shipments of sophisticated weapons, such as precision-guided missiles, from Iran to Hezbollah through Syria. These weapons, if allowed to reach Hezbollah, would significantly enhance its ability to strike deep into Israeli territory. Beyond weapons, Israel is concerned about Hezbollah establishing a foothold in southern Syria near the Golan Heights. This would create a new front for potential attacks against Israel. Israel's military doctrine emphasizes preemptive actions to deter adversaries and prevent potential threats from materializing. Strikes in Syria serve as a message to Iran, Hezbollah, and other actors that Israel will act decisively to protect its security interests. By consistently targeting Iranian and Hezbollah positions in Syria, Israel demonstrates its ability to operate with precision and effectiveness, even in a complex conflict zone. Israel's strikes also aim to keep adversaries off balance, preventing them from organizing large-scale operations or retaliatory attacks against Israel. The ongoing Syrian conflict has created an environment where multiple actors, including extremist groups and state-backed militias, operate near Israel's borders. Israel's actions are partly aimed at neutralizing threats from these groups. Stray projectiles from the Syrian conflict have occasionally landed in Israeli-controlled territory, prompting retaliatory strikes. In addition to Iran and Hezbollah, Israel has targeted facilities linked to the Syrian regime's chemical weapons program and other hostile activities that could endanger regional stability. Israel's actions in Syria also reflect broader geopolitical considerations. Russia, a key ally of the Assad regime, controls much of Syria's airspace but has generally tolerated Israeli strikes. Israel maintains a deconfliction mechanism with Russia to avoid direct confrontation, allowing it to target Iranian and Hezbollah assets without escalating tensions with Moscow. The United States has often supported Israel's right to defend itself, providing diplomatic backing for its actions in Syria. US policies against Iran also align with Israel's objectives in countering Iranian influence. While Israel's actions are rooted in security concerns, they have drawn criticism. The Assad regime and its allies, including Iran and Russia, have condemned Israeli strikes as violations of Syrian sovereignty. Some strikes have resulted in civilian casualties, sparking humanitarian concerns and criticism from international organizations. Israel's actions carry the risk of escalating into a broader conflict, particularly if Iranian or Hezbollah forces retaliate on a large scale.